My name is James Sweetenham, and I'm delighted to be joined by the interim president of the National Federation of Mixed Martial Arts in Ukraine. And we've had a massive event over the course of the weekend, the Cup of Kharkiv. Can you talk us through it, Anton?
Hello, good evening. So on Sunday we had a regional Kharkov regional championship, and so we had uh, all ages, and so it was very interesting to see the level of fighters because all of them, most part of them were newcomers, and so it was very interesting to see that all of them have their own style, and so but all of them also they were good in all aspects of the game, so in striking, in grappling, and in wrestling. So it was we had a lot of interesting fights, really. So all day long I was sitting and watching the fights and it was very interesting.
Before we started this interview, we were actually talking about how martial arts is growing so much. I mean, we used to have strikers, grapplers, but now it seems we've got the full product. Do you think that's changing more as MMA is developing? We're getting people from a young age trying out every aspect of mixed martial arts.
Yes, the game changes, and now we have not only new fighters but new coaches. So the new generation of coaches that were MMA fighters, and now they became coaches, and so they were learning, starting their way in the sports by learning MMA, not just wrestling or striking, but they were learning MMA at once. So now they're coaches, and so they teach the next generation of athletes MMA, and so now we see the really new product. So also I think the athletes, they watch UFC, they watch world MMA superstars, they watch like they train, they watch like they fight, and so I think it helps them to learn MMA.
You had a wide variety of age categories competing at the tournament. Was there anyone in particular that stood out, any age category?
It was very interesting to see the youngest fighters, because they, they were fighting like like professionals. So if we watch how they go to the octagon, yeah, so they were really going like the superstars. So it was very interesting. A lot of them, they had their own style. Some of them were fighting like, in stance of Conor McGregor, and some of them were trying to always to took the opponent down like Khabib. So it was very interesting. And so seniors, yeah, they a little bit different from all other age categories, because like we see that they are thinking a little bit another way. Before seniors, like juniors and young athletes, they like they're like a little bit actors, like in movie. But seniors, they are a little bit more serious. But yeah, there is something interesting in any age category. So there was something interesting yesterday.
You mentioned there how you've got some athletes trying to imitate Conor McGregor's striking style, some others trying to imitate Khabib's grappling style. Which one do you think will be more effective going forward as MMA progresses, the strikers or the grapplers?
Oh, it is a question because of what the MMA was born. I think because still uh, we are still trying to find this as an answer for this question. I think that it depends on the the athletes, because some of them have long hands, long arms, and so long legs, and so they move. They are moving good. They are very quick on the and light on their legs, on their feet, so they can move and keep distance and throw punches from the distance. And some of them they have short arms, but they're powerful, and so they like to close the distance and to wrestle. So I think it depends on the athlete and about his physical, some uh, some physical things that he has. So I think it depends. All is individual.
Hmm. You spoke to me last week about the importance of looking all over Ukraine for the best possible athletes, whether it be cities, towns, or villages. You're just looking for the best possible fighters to represent Ukraine. Did you find any at the Cup of Kharkiv that you think could represent the Ukraine at future IMAF tournaments?
Well, we will see it in some national. We will have next month in December. We will have our Ukrainian national cup. So these athletes that won yesterday, we will take them to the national cup, and so then we will see their level. So I think there were some interesting fighters, but they need to get more practice, and we can understand their level if they have opponents on national level. So in national cup we will see can they be in the national team or not. So we will see it next month, I think.
I think one of the best things you guys do as a federation is you allow the fighters to feel like professionals. You make your events feel like they're massive UFC pay-per-view shows. So when they eventually become superstars, they're already used to that. How do you think the athletes felt this week going into this big event? I mean, they've never really been on a stage like this before, and they've never felt pressure like it. So how did they adapt to that?
Well, it was a kind of feeling that they saw, a lot of UFC events, and so a little bit of, like actors. It was a feeling like they are a little bit actors. So when they were going to the cage, so I think especially young athletes, yeah, they think a little bit that it is not like real everything. And so they think that it is a game, like, and like movie, some kind of movie. So that's why I think they felt, not all of them, of course, but some of them, they were very relaxed and like they, when I think when they were watching UFC events, they were dreaming about how they can be there. So I think they were preparing mentally, because now we have internet, we can watch all fights we want, so all events that we want. So I think they watch a lot. Some of them, they watch a lot. So now they can feel some kind of it, going to the tournaments like we had yesterday.
And similarly to the UFC, again, you're handing out things like performance of the night bonuses, bonuses for spectacular knockouts. Were there any performances that warranted those prizes at the weekend?
Yes, yesterday we gave two prizes. It was for seniors. We had one fighter he was a welterweight. He became a champion, and he had a lot of fights and with nice opponents. Yeah, the fights was good, and he finished all. I think he had 3 fights, so he finished all of them in first round, and with different ways. And so we gave him bonus. And another guy, he was a bantamweight. He became a champion, but in semifinals he had a fight with a athlete that was in Prague. He was junior, and he became second in the World Cup. And that guy, he won him. It was a very tough fight, very close fight, and very difficult. But he won. So he won as an athlete that was second on the World Cup. So that's why we gave him. I think that guy, he was a little bit relaxed. He didn't really thought about that he could have a strong opponent in the regional championship. So, and that's why he lost. But that guy, another that won, he was very serious. He believed in himself. So it was a very hard fight for him, but he really took maybe two rounds. He lost 1 round and he took 2 rounds. So it was a split decision, but he really won. So so we gave him a bonus.
Well, it sounds like he's definitely going on to big things. But Anton, it's always great talking to you. And now we're looking forward to the national tournament in December. Is there anything you'd like to add about that tournament before I let you go?
Well, it will be the last event of this year in Ukraine. So we hope that we will see the new interesting fighters that can represent Ukraine in the international tournaments. And also we hope we will have some good news from IMAF and about the status of international federation, and so about our amateur sport. And so we hope to finish this year with understanding of a big future and a big year for the amateur MMA in 2022.